Hey y'all, I'm Callie at Antebellum Kennels, Enjoy Dog Food, and I wanted to take today and touch on a subject that becomes important this time of the year, and it's what type of dog food you're feeding your dog. And I'm not talking about what brand you're feeding, I'm talking about your fat and your protein content. Are you feeding a 30-20, 24-20, 26-18? What are you feeding your dogs right now? Because we're getting, we've been getting geared up for hunt tests, training. These dogs are working really hard. We're getting ready for hunting season, doing all the things we need to do for that. And you're like, yeah, these dogs are really, they're busting it out there. We need to be feeding them everything we can. And that's not necessarily true. 30-20 is great. I feed a ton of that. But this time of the year, I drop a lot of dogs down to this 24-20 or even to a 26-18 because I don't need them getting so much of that fat and protein right now. I need them to drop down a little bit because it does upset their tummies in this heat. Now, the thing about this is by dropping them down, with this, maybe I'm feeding, 3 cups a day to that dog, but he's starting to get a loose stool, things like that, and I don't like it. It is the dog food. It's the dog food for sure, but it's not because it's bad for that dog. It's just not appropriate for this time of the year when it gets so hot. So I bump them down to something that's a little bit lower, but I'm able to feed them a little bit more. So I'm able to give them more calories than I was able to give with this food. So I'm still able to maintain a good weight without, all the diarrhea and the things like that happen when it gets hot outside. And especially, I've got some hot running dogs, man. These dogs, they never calm down. This really helps them. This helps to, not have them run so hot and not have them constantly be spinning in their kennels and things like that with as hot as it gets outside. So that's just something, to think about this time of the year. It is so important what we feed, and we don't always need to be feeding these high protein, high fat foods. If you're feeding a good quality food, you can drop down to something that's got less protein and less fat, but you can feed a little bit more. Like I said, I might be feeding, 2 or 3 cups of this. When I switch down to this, I can go up to 4 cups if I need to, or up to 3 cups, and I'm feeding less fat and less protein, so I'm not getting that diarrhea, but I'm able to feed more calories. So I'm able to maintain that weight that I need on that dog. So anyways, that's my little spiel on that today. If your dog's having diarrhea issues, things like that, don't immediately get upset with your dog food. Look at the whole picture there. Look at what the dog's been doing, where it's been running at, things like that. And maybe you do need to switch to something a little bit less. So anyways, if you guys have any dog nutrition questions, dog training questions, let me know. Callie Simpson, Antebellum Kennels, Enjoy Dog Food. Have a great day.